Gonna be at Lincoln. Georgia Tags, Robert Charles, 2854, RCI 2854. It's gonna be on our flash. Cameras, I apologize. What's up, man? You got your driver's license? Let me get your driver's license. Give me your driver's license, man.
I'm driving your house, my car messed up. My car messed up.
I don't know that. I don't need to speak to them. Alright, Mr. Alright, Mr. Glover.
You don't want to talk to me.
Alright, Mr. Glover. You gonna talk to me so I can tell you why I stopped you? Huh? 3:22. Let's stop there. Alright. Hey. Hey, big dog. You don't know why I stopped you? Okay. First of all, turn the car, man, because you're getting a little, there you go. Alright, the reason why I stopped you is because your right brake light is out on the right side. Okay. You say your car messed up? You didn't know your right brake light was up? I can't hear you say that again. Okay. Alright. Have you ever had this problem before? Gotcha. Alright, sit tight, okay? Everything active valid on your driver's license with it? Okay. Alright, sit tight. Alright, man. Alright, do me a favor. Yeah, when the last time somebody smoked weed in this car? Somebody smoked weed in this car. Because I smell weed coming out of this car. Somebody smoked weed in this car before. Somebody has smoked weed in this car before. Alright, well understand this, man. Get that out of my face, man. Understand this. I'm about to search this car based on the odor of marijuana. Now, I'm gonna ask you again. Who the fuck weed in this car? Get out my face, man, before I take your phone, man. You got anything on you illegal that you know about? Cause I'm gonna tell you I'm about to search this car. Alright, come here. Alright, we're gonna step up and get out the car. Just relax. All you gotta do is relax. You got marijuana on you? I really don't. I don't know. Okay, man. Look, swallow it. I'll pick it up. Spit it out. You better spit it out. I don't have no weed, sir. Look. I don't have no weed. Spit it out, bro. Spit it out. I don't have no weed. Spit it out. I don't have no weed. Spit it out. Spit it out. I don't have no weed. Spit it out. You might as well spit it out. I'm telling you, bro. That shit is going. Bro, you gonna end up getting choked off that. You gonna end up getting choked up.
I don't have anything, bro.
Yeah, I saw it in your mouth, man.
I really did. You know what they said?
Video, cop lies about smelling weed, slams innocent student's head into the pavement. A crazed cop claimed he smelled weed and used this an excuse to unleash deadly violence against an innocent young man who'd done nothing wrong. By Matt Agarist, June 28, 2017. Albany, Georgia. Llewellyn Glover Jr. became the victim of Albany's finest last month when an officer claimed to smell weed and then unleashed his fury. After weeks of the department fighting its release, the family has finally obtained dashcam footage of the incident showing the horrid brutality. "We're not even allowed to see the tape," Glover's father Llewellyn Glover Sr. said of the dashcam earlier this month. "See what transpired, what he actually did to my son. We keep getting pushed off. I'm really upset about that. I really want to know what's going on. Well, we now know why they were hiding it. It shows, without a doubt, that this officer was excessive and outright predatory in every way." After the incident, Glover's family filed an excessive force complaint with the department and an investigation was launched. The investigation found that the family was truthful in their accusations. According to an internal Albany police report, the investigation found that a deadly force chokehold was also used against Glover after the cop slammed him on his head. "When I saw it, I don't even want to talk about it," Glover's father said of the video. As the video begins, we can hear Officer Jamie Sutton fishing, trying to come up with a reason for the harassment. A few moments into the stop, Sutton then claims to smell weed on the Albany State University student, which prompted a search of the vehicle and subsequent assault. Glover is heard in the video telling the officer that he does not have marijuana in his possession, nor has he ever smoked weed in his vehicle. However, this only served to further anger the tyrant officer. Read more. There is no official organization keeping track of U.S. police brutality. The more Glover denied having the weed, the more violent Sutton became. Within seconds, he had the young man in a bear hug and on the ground. He began choking him and accusing Glover of putting the non-existent weed in his mouth. As the 20-year-old college student continued denying he'd done anything wrong, Sutton then picked him up and slammed him on his head, a move that could have killed the young man. Even after brutally assaulting him, the violent cop continues his attack, choking his innocent victim in a futile pursuit of weed that did not exist. The video goes on for several more moments as the crazed cops continue to assault the young man. It becomes disturbing to watch as Glover is now crying and begging the cops not to continue hurting him. "You can't help him. There's nothing you can do," attorney Julius Collins said. "You just have to watch and feel hopeless, as far as watching your child go through this. We now know that marijuana never existed, as the Internal Affairs investigation found that Sutton was being untruthful when he claimed that he smelled marijuana and saw it in his mouth. Even if this young man would have had this plant, the officer is in no way morally justified in using violence on a man for possessing a plant. There's nothing I can do to ease that for him, and it hurts a whole lot," Glover's mother Arpegia Shorts said. "He wanted to be a police officer coming out of high school," Shorts said. However, after being treated like this, it is highly unlikely that he'll want to join the ranks of a group who assaults people over suspicion of being in possession of a plant. Read more. Police taser and shoot mentally ill woman, city pays her $195,000, still charging her with terrorism. To add insult to Glover's assault and kidnapping, prior to the investigation coming to an end, Sutton was allowed to quietly resign, a move that is typical of cops facing accountability. Once they resign, they become gypsy cops and can move to another town where they could be rehired. "It truly is shameful that he was allowed to resign and could possibly go somewhere else," Glover's mother said. But, no, because anywhere he goes, if I find out, I will be forwarding that video to that police department, personally if I have to.
Hey Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done...
for life hating so much.
Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head, help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.